But I say the sun don't know when it's glowing, the flower don't know when it's growing, the river don't know.
Oh my God. Now, in order to get that shot that you just saw of me coming down the mountain, I did have to run up the mountain. So you're gonna have to give me a second, I'm totally out of breath. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, from Hungry Mother State Park in Smith County, Virginia. This is my first time here at this particular state park, and I am very impressed so far. It's really just a really beautiful location. You've got the mountains, a hill, more mountains, and I didn't know this until I ran up the hill just now, but behind the hill is this lake situation. They got a whole lake here. I had to run up the hill again. I'm out of breath again. Give me a second. Yeah, anyway, behind the hill is this whole entire lake situation. This is Hungry Mother Lake. If you're ever in the area, you should definitely check it out. 9 out of 10. That's an official review. But today's video is not about Hungry Mother State Park. Today's episode is titled Driving to, I don't know what I titled it. It's something. Just read it at the bottom of the screen. It's something like driving to a random small town that I found on the map or something like that. That's what this video is about today. Oftentimes I'll get my ideas for these videos by just looking at a map, and that's exactly what happened today. I opened up the map and I found a kind of a peculiar name that caught my eye. It's a little town, or I think it's an unincorporated community that we're going to today. It's called Mouth of Wilson, Virginia. I've not read basically anything about Mouth of Wilson, so this video is going to be a real full-on kind of exploration video today. From what I glanced at, it's a little town, or it's not even a town, it's like a little community in the middle of the mountains. It's not by really anything, really just a random name on the map that I found. But we're gonna go there and we're going to see what it's about. We'll attempt to learn about the history, if there is any history on the place, maybe speak to some people. Mouth of Wilson is about 45 minutes to an hour away from where I am currently, so we're gonna go ahead and get back into the car and start to make our way into the area. Hungry Mother State Park, thank you for having me. I'm sure we will meet again someday. Okay, let's go, ladies and gentlemen.
And you sure don't know where you're going. You sure don't know where you're going. You sure don't know where you're going.
Welcome back, everybody, and officially welcome to our last town of the evening. This is Mouth of Wilson, Virginia. Well, it appears that we have found ourselves in another kind of a not quite ghost town situation, but this is what would be considered like the main, basically center of town. And there is there's a bunch of cars coming down the road for some reason. I don't know what that's about. There's a lot of abandoned buildings. There's a whole flock of cars coming down the road. I've been here for like 15 minutes and I've seen a couple of people drive by, but it's really, I don't think there's a whole lot of people that live here. So, but anyway, like I said, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 7 little buildings right here in the town's center that are totally abandoned and broken down. So there was obviously some commerce here at one point, but I have tried to look into the history of Mouth of Wilson a little bit since I've been here, and there's not that much about it in general.
past the store.
Okay. Yeah, I'll check it out. I was just curious.
Right. I'd like to see something about it too.
Right.
I'm curious.
Appreciate you.
Alright.
This guy came down the road and pulled off right there. And my car is parked on the other side of this building, so I didn't know what was going on. Turns out I don't know what he's doing. He's just kind of parked out there. He said that he was kind of from this area, and I just asked him if he knew anything about the history of Mouth of Wilson, or like literally anything about it, and he also said no. I've talked to a couple of business owners just on the phone. I've talked to people. There was another guy at a store down there. I stopped to get gas, and he was like, yeah, I don't know anything about it. So this is weird. It's real strange when even the locals of the town don't know anything about the town. That's a new one for me, at least. I mean, there's obviously some kind of story here. We just have to find it. I don't know, whatever. I will briefly go over the immediately available information just off the Wikipedia article. Mouth of Wilson is an unincorporated community in Grayson County, just north of the North Carolina state line. The community lies in the Blue Ridge Highlands, which is a section of the Blue Ridge Mountains which are part of what is considered the middle of the Appalachian Mountains. The name Mouth of Wilson originates from a young surveyor named Wilson who died and was buried in a creek while surveying the line between Virginia and North Carolina in 1749. The creek was henceforth known as Wilson Creek, the mouth of which empties into the New River where the town was established. Like I said, that is from the Wikipedia article. But that's really all that's on there. There's another academy that's up further down that road called Oak Hill Academy, and I briefly looked into that. For some reason they have a really good basketball program. There's like a ton of NBA players that have gone to that academy for some reason. They've won like 8 state championships or something since like the early 90s. I don't know. That's just kind of another weird fact I've found about this place. This place is weird, man. I don't know about this place. I think I'm gonna get back into my car now, and we're gonna go somewhere else and figure out. We might go to, I think there's another shop that's up the road this way, so we might stop in there and ask them. So we'll see how that goes. Well, I tried to get them while they were still open, but it is literally now 5:01. The store closes at 5 o'clock. We're late by 1 minute, ladies and gentlemen. This is Grayson Highlands General Store and Inn. I did speak to the owner this morning of the store, and she told me basically that she was new to the area and that she did not know much about Mouth of Wilson either. So she did mention that there was one person, kind of a younger kid or something, I think she said, that was working here today that may and or may not know anything, but that we're not going to get to speak to whoever that is. So I'm going to walk towards the back of the store. I hope this isn't trespassing. It probably is. But behind here is Wilson Creek. This is kind of higher up on the branch from Wilson's Creek, so this is, I don't know, maybe 10 miles or something away from Mouth of Wilson, the town. Wilson's Creek runs into the New River. The name Mouth of Wilson gets its name because it's something about like the mouth of the river, which is, I'll put a definition or something up on the screen, but the mouth of a river is basically the branch or several branches that feed into whatever the actual river is. So this is a creek. There might be another creek that's way over there or something. Those two come together and they form a river. It's something like that, I don't know. So long story short, if you continue to follow this creek on down, you will eventually run into the New River. This is also the creek that I previously mentioned earlier, that whoever that young man was, whose name was Wilson, he was buried somewhere in this creek. So his, you know, if his remains are still here or not, I don't know, but that's at least what the history says. It's not that big of a creek. So, with all of that being said, I don't really think that we're going to get much more information today. We're going to go ahead and head back home now. Weird place, man. Real strange. Thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate it as always. We will see you next week with another brand new video. I'm getting into my car because of the wind. If you found any information about Mouth of Wilson or whatever, leave it in the comments down below. Also comment where you want me to go next. I will go there, and that's gonna do it for today. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.
You sure don't know where you're going. You sure don't know where you're going. Sure don't know where you're going.